Well, my first memory of meeting Sammy would have been probably here at church. It was my first time coming into the youth group, and it was Friend Night. This person that reminded me so much of myself came up out of nowhere, and he just introduced himself, and I was like, who is this person and why? I didn't come to meet you, buddy. He introduced himself and said, hi, my name's Sammy. And I said, hi, I'm Jeremiah. And then he started telling me all about the church and what school he goes to. And he was just basically became my best friend that I could hang out and talk to, whenever I called him all the time. It was just the best 2 years that I got to know him, and basically the best friend I could ever have.
My favorite memory would probably be when Sammy asked me to prom. I'd asked him to help me with chemistry because I missed the day before, so we were in a Wendy's, and he'd been helping me, and then I realized it was time for church, so I told him we needed to go, and he's like, no, wait, I'm going to show you a magic trick. And I was like, okay, we're going to be late for church for a magic trick, but I didn't say anything, so I just went with it. But he pulled out 4 queens out of the deck and 4 kings, and then he had 5 cards, and they were all laid upside down, and he flipped them over, and it spelled out prom. And I just been wondering if he felt that way about me, so it was like, oh, there's my answer, and it was just one of the best days.
Growing up, I always thought of Sammy as the brother I always wanted. He taught me so much, not only the piano and art, but how to love and live big, and he's taught me so much more here recently. We were always paired at the hip every single day, and thinking of all the years growing up together, I can't even begin to choose a favorite memory of him. His train bed and making peanut butter waffles in the morning, his peanut butter obsessions, making scary movies, magic tricks, scavenger hunts, trips to the nature center, and all those aggravating minute-to-win-it games I lost in every single time. We did so many crazy things, like making wipeout courses with the floaties every time we went swimming, and one of the best memories was Branson, and somehow the adults trusted the kids to stay in the hotel room alone, and the fire alarm went off while we were in the room playing video games. To us, the best holidays were April Fool's Day and Halloween, and we made big plans each and every year. And every time Build-A-Bear had a sale, it was like Black Friday to us. We made dreams together and even lived some of them, like parasailing almost 1,000 feet up in the air. And looking down at all the stingrays and jellyfish we were about to be dunked into, we said we felt like we were on top of the world. But that's exactly how I felt every single time we were together, on top of the world. Every day was a new adventure, and Sammy made me smile when I didn't think it was even possible. He made me love myself no matter what, and most of all, he showed me a perfect example of a best friend.
I guess a memory of Sammy would be after we tore down the Harris's house. Came back and I spent the night with him. We babysitted the twins, and we stayed up all night goofing around. Out of all the 17 years that I knew him, it's really hard to pull one memory. I really just loved every single moment I got to spend with him.
I had just gotten out of the gym and went to Hastings. Whenever I went to check out, this really creepy, greasy guy was like, oh, hang on, I gotta get you something. I'm like, what is going on? And he grabbed some Reese's candy from the display by the cash register and started checking them out. He said if I spent over $20, I got a $10 discount, so he rang up all the Reese's so I could get a discount. So after that, I had to go to the library to check out a book, and I saw Sammy's car was there, and he loved Reese's, so I went in and found him, and I gave him a Reese's, and we talked for a while, and it was just really nice to just talk, just me and him. Kind of accidental, but kind of a God thing at the same time.
For my 17th birthday last year, Sammy made me this composition notebook full of clues, and it was called my birthday scavenger hunt, and he hid presents all around town. He had hidden these big packs of chalk underneath a light post. After that, it said get a Bible, and I had to look up Bible verses, and it was the way he did it, like I would have never thought about. It was so intricate and creative, and it was something I didn't expect, and I loved every minute of it. There were 5 presents, and it took me the entire week to do. And all of the presents ended up being like toys. Like one was like a bubble machine he hid at Craighead. It was the most fun birthday I've ever had.
My favorite memory was last year and senior year. We both had study hall together, and I'd always come in stressed about college, and then he found out I was stressed about a test, and he sat me down and told me to chill out, and he put a song together, and he had me memorize it, and we both sang it back and forth to each other. And then I took the test, and I was singing it in my head, and I found out I made an A. He was more excited than I was, and when I saw his smile, it made it an A+.
My favorite memory of Sammy was after lunch, me and Meg would always go sit on this bench by the East Lab room, and we'd wait for Sammy and Abby and all them, and he'd come and talk to us and be really sweet.
My favorite memory of Sammy is when me, him, and Abby would go to the movies, and him being 6 feet tall and getting his legs all the way up in that movie theater seat, and he'd be all squished up in that chair so into the movie. That was one of my favorite memories of Sammy.
My favorite memory of Sammy was when me, Ariana Roberts, Bo Jones, and Sammy all went to Target. I got in a buggy and had people push me around. And Bo got a hold of the buggy and pushed me down the aisle and left me there by myself. And Sammy was the only person who would go get me out of the aisle. And that is one of my favorite memories of Sammy.
Sammy is
a
Christian.
My best friend.
Precious.
He's a mentor.
The comedian.
Is caring.
Creative. Compassionate.
Sammy is awesome.
Sammy is
They liked